Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Yes, hello, everybody. Happy Palm
Hello.
Sunday. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, and blessed is she who comes in the name of lesbians.
I personally am very excited about it being Palm Sunday, mainly because I do Lent every year, and next Sunday I can eat sugar again. So
Oh, thank
Nice.
goodness.
I've been
Nice.
I've been missing my chocolate.
I know the feeling. Yes, I love chocolate.
Today for this casual stream, we have a special guest with us. If you would like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Reagan. I voice Taco on Inanimate Insanity, and I've been telling Jazzy and Jordy, but I have never streamed before, so this is a first. This is very fun. Thank you for having me.
No
Of
problem.
course.
But yes, like we usually do for these casual streams, we're just I'm going to mostly be picking questions and stuff from the chat, and also prioritizing, of course, super chats and those sent to me via coffee and everything. So yes, if you have a question for myself, for Jordy, for Reagan, you may ask it. But you know what? I feel like, because Reagan, you're my guest, I need to start off by asking questions myself. I can't rely on the audience for this.
Oh,
Of course.
yes.
Whatever
Okay.
you want, fire away.
All right. So, um what was it like when you first because you weren't the first voice of Taco, like what was it like to step into those shoes, like when you first entered this series?
Yeah. Also, real quick, so I saw a question in the chat. Hi, Kalisha and Sam. Moving on. So when I first joined the show, I went to USC with Adam, and he posted in a USC casting page, like that they needed to replace the voice for Taco, and I listened to it, and I like grew up watching a lot of just like British media. And I have British cousins, so I was always practicing my accent, and I was always told by them, at least, that like when I would practice, they'd be like, "You like it's not bad, but it like sounds too posh. Like you sound like you stepped out of like an old Julie Andrews movie, but like keep going." And when I saw the thing and I listened to the voice, I was like, "I'm pretty sure I can do that. Like I can, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do that. I'll just try." So I submitted like takes of the 3 lines that they wanted. I remember one of them was like, "Now naming your team chicken leg, that's permanent damage for you." It was that episode. Adam got back to me like later that day and was like, "These are really good. The mic quality is like a little bit down. So can we like meet up and just like do the takes again?" And so we ended up meeting up at the USC Animation School and just like finding an empty classroom and recording.
Okay.
He and so like that was my first time ever doing like, you know, full length like VO work. And he got back to me a couple days later and was like, "Great," like because we recorded the whole episode, and he was like, "Great, I think you're our new Taco. Congrats, like super excited to have you on board." So that first episode was done. And then my next real interaction with the show was we did like a mini screening event at the cafe we used to do meetups at, the With Love Cafe by USC.
Right, I heard about that.
So, yeah, and it was like it was, you know, it was pretty small. It was fun. It was just in the evening. So I got to know a couple other people on the team, and then I think I recorded one more episode before I went to like a full-on meetup event that I was invited to, and then it's just kind of grown since then. I think if you were to compare my voice in that episode versus the voice that I use now, it's a little bit different, because in that episode I was kind of pitching it up to match, and I've kind of like unconsciously, I didn't mean to, but I've kind of like pitched it back down towards like my more normal like Britishy accent speaking voice since then as I've gone on. But it's like, I love voicing Taco. It's such a fun character to do because I love that I'm not on camera, so I don't have to care about what I look like. But also B, like a lot of times, you know, when you do acting work, the big thing is like emotional prep, or like you have to get into the state of mind of the character or whatever. And because she has a dialect, like I don't feel like it's emotional prep. I feel like it's literally just like you put on the character. I like say a couple things in her voice, but like in a certain tone, and like I'm in it and I can just go. And it's so much fun. I will say I've been having more difficulty though with season 1, honestly, just because, like, going back to the season 1 voice, I didn't know necessarily what they were looking for, because Adam was like, "Okay, like you don't like we're doing this. You don't have to do it exactly the same as we did it in season 1. Just like, listen to hear about what it was like, but you can put your own spin on it. So for the first few episodes, because we batch recorded, I just like gave takes that were all over the place. And I was like, you pick what you want, and like that's what I will go with going forwards. But the things that she says are so odd, and my like Achilles heel when I'm voice recording is when I have to do things that aren't words. They're just like sounds, and
Right.
it's like mainly sounds. And honestly, now that I'm used to the sounds for her in season 1, when I have to do full sentences, that's harder now. So like that's been a really fun, like all over the place challenge.
How crazy is that? Because like I don't think it's any secret that we're kind of that they're kind of working on both the season 1 remaster and season 4 like simultaneously at this point. So so how crazy is that one recording session you have to go and say these random stuff, and then next you have to go I'm evil in British and everything.
Yeah, no, I mean, luckily at least so far my sessions have been spaced out, but actually no, you're right, because like I was in the tour thing, and then I just recorded lines for episode 1 Friday because I had to turn them in late because I was out of town. And so I was like, oh no, like I got back and I was sick, and I was like, doesn't matter, like I have to turn them in, it's fine. But no, it has been that again, those are like I saw the dialogue box and I thought it was an episode from season 1 again, which is totally fine. Just like that's also it's more it was season 4, and I was like, oh my god, thank God.
But yeah, looks like we already got some super chats, so I'm gonna go ahead and get us to answer those real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Elizabeth RZG Gaming says, sending this in for my partner Reagan. Can you please say it's Pride Month me phone? You know what that means, as Taco.
I can. It's Pride Month me phone. You know what that means.
Sky lesbian.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Dragon Lover says, hi Reagan, love you. Can I be officially Taco's #1 fan, and also can I get a hi micro from Taco?
Well, hello Dragon Lover, and hi Micro. It's so nice to meet you, and absolutely you can take the claim of Taco's #1 fan.
Thank you so much. Hi Reagan, your voice acting for Taco is amazing. What was it like recording Taco's lines for Truth or Flare, especially Taco's tirade?
Truth or Flare was really fun. Also, I see somebody in the chat just asked if you've heard about Epic the Musical, and I want to address that real quick, because yes, I have, and I was actually introduced to that by Ben when we were in Chicago over the summer for the tour. So I exclusively know that show because of this show, and I love it so much. It's so good. The woman who voices Athena, Tegan Earley, is unbelievable. She's so good. I love listening to her songs just like on repeat. But so when I did that, when they came back to me with that particular episode, I was really excited because I hadn't really been in season 3. Like I was sort of in it because I did the voice for the Grosker character. But that was, that was small, and it's not Taco. It's different. Grosker was also really fun. But I loved the like critique on like AI episodes. That was enjoyable. But so when they came back with the script, they were like, we're coming back to season 2. We're going to do it for the tour. You have a song, which I'd known that they were working on for a couple years. And the year prior at the meetup, Ben had actually told me, like, I'm writing it. Like, I will reach out when it's done, but like, it's being worked on. Like, I'm writing it. And I was like, okay, great. Like, can't wait to see what you have. And then they finally reached out with, once they got to the production part of it, our pre-production, and they're like, this is the script. Like, you have a ton of lines. I think you have the most lines of any, like, one character we've ever had. And you also have a song. And so because I had so many lines, I normally just record by myself. Like, when I first started on the show, I'd record with Adam. We'd meet up and we'd do something. But then COVID happened. I moved out of LA. So I just have a little mini home setup. But because it was so many lines and because it was such a specific, like, emotional, beat-heavy episode, I ended up doing a directed recording session with Brian, which is really fun. And also, Brian and I, when we're together, we cannot concentrate on work for longer than, like, 5 minutes.
Oh, so, I relate.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So it was a bit of a like difficult, not just like I think we started and we like got all of our non-work talk out of the way for like an hour, and then we recorded for like 2.5 hours. So it was a long session, but we finished it up and it was good. And then for recording Taco's tirade, we wanted to do it at an actual recording studio just to, make sure that we were able to get the best quality possible. So I found one that was local, and we went and we recorded, and we went through the first time. And because we recorded it twice, and we went through the first time, we listened, we like did it, and we were like, great, like that's it, we're good. And then they put together like a rough cut, and we listened back to it. Ben sent it to me, and I listened to it, and I wrote back, and I was like, can we do this again? I like, there's some things that I want to change. Like, there's some things I don't like about it, because I'm a very harsh critic of my own work, especially
Who
singing.
isn't?
Yeah. And Ben was like, you know what? Like, I was also feeling the same way. Like, Adam, can we do it again? And Adam was like, yeah, great, we can do it again. So we booked the session, and like this time I knew, you know, exactly what I had to do going into it. Because before, the main issue was that I didn't have enough character on it, and I didn't realize it at the time, because I was like, I'm hitting all the notes, like it's, you know, it's fine. But then I listened back, and I was like, this isn't her. Like this is not over the top enough. This is not emotionally driven enough. It's just kind of like a nice sounding song, but like it's not a nice sounding song by TACO. It could be by anybody. So like this, I don't, you know, if we're doing it for the tour, but even just in general for the fans, like this has to be what they want, because the season is coming back after years. So like, no. So we did it again. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. It was really, really cool to actually see the episode and hear myself like in a big setting, because the first time I ever saw the final episode was in New York at the first show at the Skirball, and that was really, really cool.
That was such a fun meetup.
It
Yeah,
really
that was
was.
really good.
Like, I remember like seeing the big screen, hearing your voice. I was like, oh my god, that's a very good song. And then like, you know, when I was there with Jazzy and you for the like the autographs, it was like so surreal to see all these different people, including the cast members, and it was just so fun.
It's still funny to me, Reagan, that when like I was next to you at the autograph table for like 30 minutes, and you were like, and then suddenly you were like, I'm sorry, wait, what did you do for the show again?
Yeah, because I'm for anyone who's on the chat who doesn't know, I am, just because I don't live in LA and I don't live in like a hotspot where a ton of people are, like I'm kind of the least involved person in the show. Also because I joined it in such a weird way. Like so many people, you know, they come in as object show fans. Maybe they've worked on the show in some way, or they've come to the meetups before. Like, you know, people come into the show in all different ways. But when I auditioned, I'd never heard of it before. And now obviously
Same.
I love it. Like I love being part of it. But like the meetups are so fun also, because every time that I go to them, first of all, it's the only time that I really see people in person, but I also meet people every single year who like I did not know at all, and now we're friends. And
same.
So with Jazzy, for you, I was like, I know that you do something. Like I know you're in the show. I just like, I don't know exactly what it is, and I feel bad not knowing, because oftentimes when you talk to people who are getting your autographs, like you vamp with each other and you like pass things off back and forth. And the day before, I had been on booth with Fusion Animations, and so for him, like, you know, it was easy. If anybody came up and they were like, what's your favorite other object show, I would say like the Daily Object Show, and then I'd be like, by the way, this is, and then we'd move through that. But with you, I was like, I don't know.
It doesn't help that I'm not talkative, unfortunately. Like I don't know, I'm always nervous meeting new people, so especially when like and trust me, I was like this at the first meetup I went to, where the episode they premiered was Spring on the Breakfast, but I was just so socially awkward that entire meetup. I remember meeting Sam, who voices the floor in Suitcase, and I met him for the first time, and I recognized him by his voice, and I just randomly blurted out that he was very tall. So
I mean, Sam is very tall. That's a true statement. He and I were on table together for one of the meetups, two of the meetups, I forget how many. I think it was one in Seattle, and it was just like, it was so much fun, because like we would just talk, and then we would meet people. But sometimes, as if any of you have ever been to a like a meetup and you've done the table thing, you'll know sometimes there are gaps, just because like certain people want to talk to other creators for longer, or just the way that it's moving because of how long it takes to take pictures. Sometimes you have gaps, and so like we would just like shift into whatever we were talking about, and then someone would come up and we'd shift right back, and then like if we had time, we'd be like, oh yeah, and then anyway, and it was so much fun. I love Sam.
But yes, so but yeah, thank you for the question, Anya. Okay. What did you think of last Tuesday's? I'm not sure what you're referring to there.
Draco, we were they sent me a piece of art that they were making. It was a TACO fan fiction art.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
That was a combination of TACO and also their avatar. I think they're Bitmoji, if I'm correct. And so I like I got sent a version of it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, I really like it. Like, this is really good. And then they were working on it for a couple weeks and sent me a couple of different updates. And I really liked the final version. I think it looked great. I think you did a great job.
Yay!
Yay!
I am the paint Brunkle.
Oh my god!
Paint. God damn it.
Oh dear. Oh gosh.
Hi, Reagan. Hi, everyone. I'm going to the NYC meetup this year, WVIP. Will y'all be going? Also, can you say hello, Angel?
Hello, Angel. So lovely to meet you. In terms of the meetups, I'm not entirely sure which ones I'm going to this year. I know I will be at some, but I'm not. It's still kind of a work in progress figuring out which ones.
Yeah.
You can answer.
I was going to say, I'm definitely going to NYC and the LA one. Seattle is a bit up in the air, but I do want to go to it. It just depends on if everything lines up okay and money's good, so.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to NYC. I got everything pretty much ready to go. It's just a matter of figuring out how exactly I'm going to get there. Like, last year I took a train, and it's actually kind of a bit far from the event, so I'm going to see if there's a easier way for me to get there.
Fair enough. But yes, so all three of us will be at meetups this year.
Yeah, and it'll just
bet on it.
To see which ones they'll be. My trip to New York last year, I loved going to New York. It was so much fun, but my trip getting there, because I'm in California, was so long. And then come back, you have to leave so early in the morning, and it's so long. And I was like, I mean, it was good, but it was just, I always forget how long that flight is, because you're like, oh, it's, it's domestic. It's not that far. I'm not flying internationally. And then you're on the plane in your 5th hour, and you're like, what's going on?
Right. Yeah, no. This is going to be my first time flying to New York from Cali this year.
Yeah.
So I'm oh god, that's going to be a lengthy trip. Oh god, why did I do this?
You get to go through LAX. It's so fun.
Listen. I plan on visiting you in LA, or not LA, in California, in October. So we'll both get to share the pain together, and we can work around it.
Cool. Silver Lettuce says, hi, Jazzy, Jordan, and Reagan. Reagan, if Reagan doesn't mind, could Taco say hi to Octave, her very canon spouse, and just hi to Soren, ask how they're doing? I felt very kind today, teehee.
Okay.
Aww.
Hello, Octave. It's so nice to see you. I see you every day as you're my canon spouse, but it's always a nice day when I get to see you, which means that every day is always a nice day. And hello, Soren. How are you doing?
Good stuff. Hi, Reagan. Favorite part about voicing Taco? Any particular favorite lines you've done for her? And I don't know if you want to do this voice request. I know it's a bit awkward. I don't know if this one's awkward to do. So
I can do that one. I don't mind.
Okay.
I love you for the voice request. And any particular favorite lines? I mean, there are so many in Truth or Flare, honestly, which is that's such an annoying answer, because it's my answer for everything when anyone asks,
honestly, same.
Yeah.
There's so many good ones. I that episode start to finish was just so fun. And when I was doing the recording for it, there was so much I really like doing things when you get to layer multiple things on top of each other, especially multiple coping things. And I feel for Taco, leading up to that episode, because it'd been a few years, but even back in Mind Your Own Business in those episodes, there was some stuff that was getting there of her saying something but meaning something different, or acting something out when she wanted to do something else, whatever. Especially, but it really ramped up once microphone left. And then just everything in the entire confrontation, especially when she gets toward the end and she's saying I saw aliens, why don't you guys care? Or she accidentally calls out Suitcase for having basically hallucinations and she doesn't realize, and then she feels guilty but she doesn't know what to do with that. I love being able to do things that conflict and overlap with each other, because it just adds so much more fun into finding the character while you're recording her. And yeah, I mean, I think my favorite moment in the episode still is when she breaks. That's just
yes.
We did it visually and with the music and everything is just so good. And I love the moment directly afterwards where there's a pause and then Me Phone just swipes it away and he's like, well, we can go back to the show now. Yeah, I would say that. And obviously, I mean, the song was super fun to do.
Heck yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's an easy answer.
I was gonna say, don't feel bad about answering truth or flair for everything, because everyone who watches my channel will tell you that is also that and Through No Choice of Their Own are the 2 episodes I will cite, but mostly truth or flair. So
When I saw the movie also, I'd seen the first episode in the movie, but I hadn't seen the other 2. So that was super cool, like seeing that on the big screen. So I understand like that answer there. I will say too, in Truth or Flair, I think Michael, who does Lightbulb, is so funny. And I loved like how much he/she, since Lightbulb is a girl canonically, I loved how much like she got a chance to like really just shine, and like the awkward, weird, deadpan humor that he just like embodies so well. It was so much fun because I was at the tour last year, like I was at 3 of them. And so I watched that episode a lot, and I was like always in the audience making sure I could see it or listen, because it was just, he's so funny. He's so good.
Right. Like, oh god, I was so happy. I finally got to like voice a scene with Paintbrush and Lightbulb. I was so excited when I found out I was doing that. So
yeah, and it's so cute, like when she's like, I want to win, and then she like goes down and she's like, I thought that would work. Like, I don't want to lose you again. It's so sweet.
It's so adorable.
It is adorable. And I don't know if Jazzy's told you this, but you know the line, Lightbulb, I'm proud of you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
That particular moment is basically in response to the many, many times where I'm so in so much doubt with myself and criticizing myself that she basically said, hey, this is for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
that's so sweet.
That line was 100% for Jordy. So
that's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to anybody hearing noises in the back, I warned Jazzy and Jordy about this earlier, but I have dogs, and they play on their own schedule, and they're doing that right now. So if you hear growling, that's what it is. It'll go away.
That's fine.
But yes. Silver Lettuce said, this must be done.
Oh,
Taco
no.
So Reagan, every time I've had this has started as long as Brian streams. Every time we do streams, like, and we get a new II actor on board, somebody pays to have the character a voice request where the character gets pepper sprayed.
Interesting.
So I don't know if you want to do it on your own, or we want to do a thing where Paintbrush is doing it for some reason, because I don't know, they're having a bad day.
Yeah, no, I can see. You know what? No, I got this. It'll be a little different than I think what you're expecting, but
Okay.
Ha!
Okay.
You thought that you got me, but you didn't, because I'm wearing my invisible bow tie. So you sprayed someone else. I stepped to the right. This is what happens when you try to go up against a super genius like me.
Why did I get pepper sprayed again? I'm sorry. As soon as you said someone else, I was just ready. Like,
No, this is good. That's great. I was hoping you would do that.
Yay! Good job.
Stuff. Good stuff. How do you think Taco and Mike's relationship will be moving forward? Do you think she'll make any new friends or make amends with old ones? It's hard to speculate because we're actors and not writers, but I think it'd be interesting to see Taco after just everything in season 2, you know? So
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I hope that that she is able to form relations. I think the hardest part for her, and we'll see, but I think the hardest part for her will be feeling like she needs to do something to like really earn Mike's friendship back. And I don't think she'll know what to do. I think it'll be the same for some of the other characters too, but especially Microphone. But I'm hopeful that I loved all of the awkward interactions, like in the movie. Obviously they were more understated because there were other things going on, but like I liked seeing some of those already in the existing work that we have of her being reintroduced and Microphone being like, no, it's okay, like she's helping, and her being like, yeah, like, I used to do all this bad stuff, but like I'm helping now. So I'm interested to see long term as well how that goes.
You mean she wasn't helping before?
Yeah, exactly.
Low key, one of my favorite moments with Taco, like in terms of like getting to voice in this series, is just when she's like, oh, I'm good now, and then Paintbrush just awkwardly goes, noted.
Yeah, when she's like, yeah, like he can't do that. Like I've abused his power many times, but I'm helping now.
Noted. And it was funny because we were trying to find the exact tone of that line because Paintbrush just went through trauma. So
Yeah, poor Painty.
yeah. Your stupid flipping crab bit me. Seafood. No, don't boil Baxter. He didn't mean it.
Oh dear.
No. Everyone's thoughts on Microphone. Microphone is wonderful. I think she is a great character, personally.
Same.
Yeah, no, same. I mean, same. Microphone's amazing.
Good stuff. For both Jazzy and Reagan, what is your favorite moments that you have done as your characters and why? And also hello to you all. Hope you're having a good day. It's always going to be the same answer, truth or flare. I'm sorry. That entire moment was so good. Maybe it's because I'd been waiting for years to do a Lightbrush reunion, and that was it. So
Mm-hmm.
I keep in mind when I started voicing the character, it was in season 3 when Lightbulb was pretty much absent. So
Yeah. But I was gonna say, here's something to flip it around. What's your favorite line that you have done in season 1 remastered so far?
oh god, in terms of the episodes that's been released,
Yeah.
I have to say, just because of the bluntness of it, it's when Pickle goes like, "Oh, I was chosen first," and then Paintbrush is just in the background going, "Second, you were chosen second."
Oh, also, I just want to say, Reagan, I cannot get over the goofiness of whenever you say chicken leg.
I think there was one set of lines I had to redo, and I think that was one of them. So I'm glad that you liked it, because they sounded too far away. I think for season 1, if we're going on that one, because again, my answer would be truth or flare, specifically like her big impassioned monologue at the end, right before Paintbrush shows up. That was super fun. But in season 1. So far, there's I think it's the lemon sound, like when she's spitting out the lemon.
Yeah,
And I just love that one because, again, going into it, I didn't necessarily know exactly what they wanted. And so some of my takes for that are just so insane and they're just so long, or I would modulate my voice or something. So I was like, you'll find something in here that I hope works. But they're doing them. And since I record by myself and, Jazzy, I'm sure you run into this issue as well. You have to listen back to what you're doing to make sure that it's good. And so having to listen back to that from me is it's always really funny. I think the most uncomfortable ones to listen back to, though, were at least for me, and they're not my least favorite lines because they were a good challenge. They were just listening to them, I was it was so uncomfortably painful. Was there are a couple episodes towards the end of season 3 or season 2, I mean, where Taco cries. And so to do those, I had to actually cry. And then when I was listening back to the things, I was listening, again, I just did a long cut because I was take the parts that you want. I don't care. I'm already doing it. So let's just get it all in one take. And I listened back and I was this is just 90 seconds of me crying into a microphone. And this is, I don't like this.
It's funny because when I did mine for 17, when I did my crying, I was I was in a session. I think Brian was directing me for that one. Yes, it was Brian. And it was funny because I'm just doing a bunch of crying, and the first take it peaked. You can hear it I posted my bloopers for the entire movie on my channel, so you can hear the take where it peaked. And you could just hear me stressed out, still crying, going, "It peaked a little bit. God damn it!"
And Brian actually thought you were crying.
Right, because I can't tear up on cue. I can do everything else, but I can't tear up on cue. So
yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing. I can't really either, unless for whatever reason, it's a day where I'm just very emotional and I just feel it,
Right.
For me, that's one of the reasons as well that I think voice acting is so fun. Is I always have an issue with the emotional aspect when I'm doing on camera or live stuff for that exact reason. It's very hard for me to cry on command. But when I'm doing voice acting, I can listen to my emotional prep. I can watch my chosen videos, which usually a rotation between Woody being given away at the end of Toy Story 3 and slipping through my fingers from Mamma Mia. Like I'll just kind of rotate between the ones that I want, and I will get myself to crying, and then I'll turn on the mic and I'll just go, and then I'm like, all right, that's done. Let's move on.
It's funny though, because I was so scared when 17 came out, because I was like, oh god, did I screw up the crying? I'm so scared. A lot of people thought I actually did cry, so
I cried when she cried.
Someone asked me that when I was at the meetup in New York. I had one day where I wasn't on booth or VIP. I keep saying booth. Sorry to everyone listening. I was just at a work conference, and that's what we call it there. But anyway, I wasn't on it for one of the days, so I just went into the lobby and was just kind of meeting people, taking pictures, whatever, before I went to get lunch. And one of the guys who works on audio, I think Kyle, came up to me, and so we were talking, and he was like, by the way, like, you know, I've listened to your takes for the first episode of the finale because I'd recorded them right before I went to New York. Like they were really good for the crying thing. Like you just blew me away. Like, were you really crying? And I was like, yeah, unfortunately, yes. So count yourself lucky, because very few people for the time being have heard that. After this comes out, many more will have, but
millions.
That was real. I had to make it real. And then in the next episode, they wrote it in again, and I was like, "Is this a personal attack at this point, Brian?"
Right? No, I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised if, like, somewhere in the future they just have both of us do another crying scene, because we both had effective crying scenes. Yeah. Now we're in it for the long haul. So
I know.
But yes. Hi Reagan. I just wanted to say you're super cool, and I'm glad I got to meet you at the II movie screening. Fight on.
Oh, so nice to meet you too. Fight on.
This is for Reagan. You're getting the shipping question.
Oh,
the true staple of any casual stream Q&A. What is your opinion on Taco, Mike?
I'm glad that you read that out loud, because I've been seeing that go through the chat a little bit when I've been looking over, and I was reading it as Taco Comic, and I was like,
comic.
I don't blame you.
It's my fault for adding in letters where there weren't any. I am a fan of Taco Mike. You know, I think I'm pro, and I'm not con, obviously. I'm pro it, but I also think that, like, especially for her, at least for right now, I don't think that she has had like a real friend who's actually been there for her. And so I don't think, like with Microphone, I think that there's definitely some stuff there on Taco's side that she hasn't quite processed yet. She hasn't figured it out. But I hope at least, like, shortly in the short future, we'll see where they go long term. But I'd love for her and Microphone, like for Microphone to just be like a good friend to her now that Taco's finally getting to a place where she can open up and accept people actually being friends in like a very platonic way, because I think that would be very healing for her. And I think that diving right into a romantic entanglement, you know, with somebody after having such a dramatic lead up to it with like so many moments and essentially just like an ultimatum from Microphone when she leaves the show. I don't like, after everything that happened with Meepad, I think that would be very hard for her. So I hope that we get to see their friendship grow as an actual friendship. And if it goes somewhere after that, who knows? That could be really fun.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Also, you said ultimatum. I couldn't help but hear ultimato.
Good stuff. Have any of you had the new loaded taco Dorito? No. What are those?
I have. Maybe it's like one of those. You know how every year they do like a special edition flavor for like Lay's chips or whatnot. I think that's what that is.
Oh, okay.
But,
no,
yeah,
I haven't had the. It sounded like a Taco Bell item for a second, so I wasn't sure.
It does actually.
But no, I haven't had them. No.
I do not eat Doritos, so I'm the same. I don't like them.
You don't like Doritos?
I don't like Doritos. I don't really like a lot of things like food.
You know what? Fair. I respect that. I'm more of a Cool Ranch kind of person, but if y'all don't like that, like I know sometimes the spices can be a little too much or they taste a little weird. So yeah, that's fine.
I'm a very boring, like, just give me a nice original salted Lay's, like
fair
classic, and I'm like a bag of that, and I'm happy.
That's me with ice cream. I'm like, just give me vanilla. I'm happy with that.
I specifically love, if we're talking about ice cream and vanilla, the salt and straw, like double fold vanilla ice cream is so good. Every time I go there, I'm like, I should get a flavor. And then I'm like, no, I just want their vanilla. Like, I don't know what they do to it, but it's so good.
Sounds good.
Can I get hello, doggy. I hear doggy.
Yep, that's
Can-
them.
Can I get a hi Pide? Pied? I'm not sure how you pronounce this from Taco.
I'll just do both in case I, get it wrong.
Yeah, that's what people usually do.
Hi, PJ. Hi, Pied.
Can I get a hi Suvi from Taco? You're my favorite VA.
Hi, Suvi.
Hi, Jazzy. In II-17, when light bulb dies, were you actually crying or just looking at the famous magically comically large light bulb of sadness and despair?
Oh my god, Nymphium.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Like I said, no, I didn't actually cry. I can just fake it enough in a voice acting booth to make it sound like I am. So, like I said, I can't tear up on command, but I can do everything else. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I didn't actually cry. I was feeling sad on the inside.
You were dying inside, weren't you?
Well, no, because it's funny because keep in mind when we were recording the II movie, we were kind of getting these episodes like individually. Keep in mind, like we were getting them like once a month. And when I read like the first act, I thought next episode Paintbrush was going to be the one to bite it. Like,
But no.
like I was convinced. I was like, oh, I'm dying next episode. I should get ready for this. And I spent an entire month getting ready for like, I'm going to be doing a paintbrush death scene. Yes. And then I get the script for 17. And my first words to Brian are, how dare you?
I don't blame you, honestly.
Like, I spent months prepping for my character to bite the dust. And nope.
Nope, they're not the ones who are dying.
Brian should be held to account.
Yes. We also got a coffee just now from Puppy Relp saying, hey, Jazzy. Hello. Saying, hey, Jazzy, Jordy, and Reagan. Hope you're having a rad day. What are your guys' favorite thing in any media, game show, or movie? Also, could I maybe get a hi Relp from Taco?
Hi, Relp. To kick things off, do you guys want to go first in regards to the media? I need to think about that.
I was
favorite wide question.
Favorite thing in any media? I guess if we're talking like tropes, because I'm not sure. That's a big question. So I'm going to assume you're talking more like tropes and stuff. I am a huge Enemies to Lovers fan. One of my favorite shows was the Netflix She-Ra show. So you know exactly what hooked me immediately. So
yes. For me, when it comes to tropes, I really love the dynamic between a cute little kid and a grumpy old, man or woman. And, like, you just see how much this little person can really transform the personality of someone who's just spent most of their life in solitude and anger.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Enemies to Lovers is fun. I'm a big Friends to Lovers sucker. That is what initially convinced me to watch the show Bridgerton on Netflix, and then I found out I had to wait till season 3 to actually get to the Friends to Lovers one, but that's fine. My favorite thing, honestly, okay, this is a slightly different answer, mainly just because I think that the original live action Scooby-Doo movie from like 2002 is probably my favorite piece of media that exists in general. I think it was great when I was a kid, then I became an adult and I understand the jokes now and it's even better. But my favorite moment in all of media is related, but not in that. It is in Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. And this may be showing my age a little bit here, because I don't know how many people have watched that movie. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it.
Yeah, please do. It's really good.
There's a moment in the first part of that movie where Velma sees Patrick, the museum curator, like walking through the crowd to slow motion, like with a romantic song playing, and then he trips and falls on his face. And I think that is so unbelievably hysterical. And I don't know why, but I think it's so funny. And I watch it. I watch that a lot on YouTube. There's a little clip, and thank God, because I think it was made mainly for me, and I'm probably like half of its views.
In terms of Scooby-Doo 2, I have a funny connection to that movie, actually.
Ooh.
So you know the cameraman for like the newscaster played by Alicia Silverstone?
Nate?
Or Ned, I think his name is.
Yeah, Ned. It's Ned.
He was one of my acting teachers when I lived in Vancouver. So.
No way!
No
Seriously?
way.
Yeah. so I went to school creative, and like that, the thing about that school that was so cool, it was a lot of industry folks teaching us. I don't remember the guy's name. I'd have to look it up because he didn't teach us as much as a few of the other teachers, but no, he like we had him as one of our teachers, and I didn't realize until years later that he was in Scooby-Doo too, and I just thought that was very funny.
That is so cool. When I went to when I was still living in LA, I went to a Lizzo concert back several years ago now, and I was standing behind Seth Green the entire time, and I didn't know that because I am the worst person at recognizing. Like, if somebody does not actively tell me like this is who that is, I'm not gonna know because I'm just gonna assume that it's like somebody who maybe looks like them, or I don't know, or I'll just like have that thing in the back of your mind where you're like, do I know this person? But like, why would I know them? Anyway, and so we're walking out of the show, and I was with my friend, and she was like, did you notice that like you were standing right behind Seth Green? And I was like, no, why didn't you tell me? Like, my favorite, again, moment in everything was in front of me, the person who did it, and I like didn't know. So that is still a good memory, but also a bad memory.
That kind of reminds me of how when I was at the II movie screening, I met Rosie O'Donnell and didn't realize it until a few minutes later.
Yeah, we met her in Seattle.
Yeah, it was like, it was so funny, like, because basically it was her and her daughter comes up to meet us, and I think it's a usual fan thing, shaking hands, saying hi, signing something, and then I see her. I see her mom, and like absolute like Rosie O'Donnell is a vibe. Just I don't know how to describe it. Like like I see her and I'm like, oh, she's cool. Like, I don't know who you are, but you're cool.
She has an aura. She has a persona. Clay is really too. Oh, go ahead.
And then she was like, I was like, oh yeah, I'm her mom. I'm Rosie, and I hear Rosie, and I'm like, wait. No. I'm thinking like the gears are turning in my head, and I'm like, oh, that was Rosie O'Donnell.
Clay does really fun cosplay, so it's always fun to see them at the meetups because they always have a great costume.
Got a couple more coffees here. Clonny says, lovely to hear from you, Reagan. From one musical theater person to another, could you read this quote from my fanfic? No, you don't get context. It's funnier that way. And I'm pasting it into the private chat on StreamYard.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, thank goodness. At least the ghost presently haunting me is a male feminist. I'm saved, truly.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Okay, and then we also got another one from Dark X Wolf 17, who's asking Taco to say Dark X Wolf 17, no.
Dark X Wolf 17, no.
And
Dark X Wolf 17, no.
And also they are asking, have any of you tried garlic ice cream? That sounds horrendous.
I have. Actually, there is a place in San Francisco. I think there used to be one in LA. It might have closed now, called the Stinking Rose, which is like a famous restaurant that is just famous like for food with garlic in it. Like, you can get a dish that's literally just like roasted garlic and you eat it with bread, but pretty much everything that you get there has garlic. And the last time that I was there, which actually, I don't know why I said it like that, the only time I've ever been there, we got dinner, and then I was looking through the dessert and I was like, I mean, do we have to try the garlic ice cream? What even is that? And we tried it. It's interesting because at least there, when you bite, it's like garlic olive oil ice cream. When you bite into it, it kind of just like tastes similar to vanilla. Like, it's very plain, like very just kind of like not pungent. But then there's like an aftertaste of garlic. And specifically, at least for me, I could like, when you eat something that has spices in it, and you can taste it, but you kind of like taste it in your nasal passageways when you breathe out.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
That was where I tasted the garlic. So it got stronger as I like kept eating it. But like the first few bites, I was like, where's the garlic? And then I was like, oh, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, like that doesn't honestly surprise me. Like, I think I have seen like either trends or certain places that actually have savory ice creams, and it does not surprise me in the least that garlic ice cream exists. Although I will say this, just for full disclosure, I have not tried it, and I don't know if I ever will.
Fair enough. Oh god, we got a lot of super chats. So
you do. Oh my goodness, these people are buying today.
For Reagan, what is your opinion on BFDI taco?
I love that BFDI taco has a fish. That's my favorite part of BFDI Taco. And for the longest time, I didn't know there was a BFDI Taco, so I would see pictures of it, and I was like, "Did they change my character design? Like, what's going on?" I'm a fan.
Fun times. Mamma Mia mentioned slipping through my fingers is one of my fave. The winner takes it all would be a Taco Mike duet. Methinks.
I agree. There's a book series that I really like called Ruby Red that's really fun. It's just a silly little, it's British too, and you can tell that it's British just like based on how it's written and the way they speak. And it's just about this girl who like inherits a time travel gene and then like has to time travel to go on missions with like her time traveling counterpart, who of course she falls in love with. And I think it's in the second book she's like convinced that he doesn't like her, that he likes her cousin instead, and she's like, all I want to do is go home and listen to The Winner Takes It All like on repeat, because like that's what you have to do when a boy breaks up with you. And her friend is like, you're being ridiculous, you're not doing that. But like very relatable.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Sup, it's not my birthday today. Give me $1. No.
No, we're not giving you $1. What
Mitty
do you think
sent
this
us.
is?
Mitty sent a super chat, but there's nothing there, and unfortunately, there's a lot of people in the chat, so I probably can't do my usual thing of just say it in the regular chat, and I'll see it later. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
For Reagan and Jazzy, can you do something where Taco and Painty play Minecraft?
Oh dear.
I don't know what I miss the not Minecraft bandwagon, guys. You gotta understand.
Yeah.
Although, thank God that you just said that, because I also have never played Minecraft.
So we gotta just try with our limited, if any, knowledge of Minecraft here, Reagan.
Okay, aren't there cows?
Yeah, there's cows.
Yeah, they're like brick like animals, like cows and sheep and whatnot, and pigs.
Oh my God! It's a block cow.
I have my pickaxe and I have to go dig and make a pit for my pigs to live in and my cows to graze.
Oh my God, Taco! It's Steve, but not Cobbs.
Oh dear.
Even worse, Steve, but not Cobbs. Is he a male feminist?
Oh no!
Oh God. Listen, every time I hear about Minecraft, I just can't stop thinking about Dubas's recent animation where it's like with Jack Black going like,
it's just Jack
the
Black
dirt
saying
from Minecraft.
It's just Jack Black saying all the memberberry things from Minecraft. Like, everyone's asking if I've seen that movie, and I'm like, no, because it doesn't interest me, guys. I'm sorry. I've had so many chats asking me if I saw the Minecraft movie, and I'm like, do y'all even know my general tastes in movies? Like,
yeah, it's not a thing.
I'm pretty open about what stuff I like, so.
Wait, I'm curious. I don't know. This is a break from the chat, but Jesse, what are your general tastes in movies?
So my favorite movies, if you want to listen to my top 5 just to kind of get an idea.
I'll be right back.
Okay, my favorite is A Silent Voice, but my runners-up are Beauty and the Beast, the 1990s Disney one.
Mm-hmm.
The Tale of the Princess Kaguya, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Belle, the Mamoru Hosoda Beauty and the Beast-esque story, I call it. So I like Beauty and the Beast stuff. This is clearly...
No, good answer. I love Everything Everywhere All at Once, too. Also,
Same.
like, great choice. I remember Brian telling me to watch it for months, and I was like, I'll get to it, whatever, back, a couple years ago when it came out. And then I happened to see it on a plane, and I was just like sobbing by the end of it. It was one of those uncomfortable plane crime movies, and I told him, and he was like, I'm so glad you watched it on the type of in the type of environment that movie was made to be watched, Reagan. What do you mean you watched it on a plane?
But yeah. In terms of my taste in games, since Minecraft is a thing, yeah, I'm mainly into RPGs, guys. Like, I play Final Fantasy. Kingdom Hearts is one of my major hyper obsessions. Like, in terms of recent video game movies, that's based on something I like that's not an RPG. I like the Sonic movies. Ask me how I feel about those. I can tell you.
Have you watched Jury Duty?
No.
Okay, then never mind. I'll message you about that on the side. Doesn't matter. It's about Sonic.
Hi, Jazz and Reagan. Y'all are so epic. Also, do you think that all the characters have fake bad memories from Me Phone to give them character? If so, you do a scene where PB and Taco are talking about that. I'm not sure, honestly. That's hard.
Let me see. I
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think. I feel like Miphone, with everything that happened, like I don't think he did it to be malicious. And so I
Right.
don't think that he would have put in fake bad memories. I think honestly, if anything, it would have been the opposite. I think that he would have been kind of taking out bad memories so that people would forget them and trying to make things, just even when he ran into, his conflicts with Taco, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I think that by and large, he wanted to be in charge of an environment, but he wanted to be in charge of an environment that like the people who were there wanted to be in enough to like stay. So I feel like he would have had the opposite problem.
Probably, but also I like to think there probably just weren't any memories there at all. They probably just like they started when they started and just assumed they had like backstories. But then like when just saw your message, Reagan. Y'all don't get to hear what it is.
No.
But
I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't know if they really have bad memories per se. They just started and didn't even think about their past per se until Cobbs brought it up. Like the whole like, oh, what did your parents think when you like all got this opportunity?
Yeah.
You don't like they don't remember. So I don't know if there'd be any bad memories. So I don't know if we could do that scene, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say.
I would love to hear Adam and Brian's take on this.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Same.
Sure.
But yeah, we got a coffee from OSC fan person who didn't. There was supposed to be a private message there, but it just says in brackets, "Private message for you." Okay. Thank you. A lot of people are requesting this, so I'm doing it. Can Taco say chicken jockey? Oh, it's a Minecraft thing.
No.
I'm gonna do this in Taco's season 1 voice.
Do it.
Yeah.
Chicken jockey.
Wait, no. Chicken jockey.
Hey everyone, this is my first super chat, but can Jazzy or any of you relay say hi to me? It's pronounced like Mars the planet. Hi Marzipan.
Hi, Marzipan.
Hi, Marzipan.
The room echoed with a snap. Do you like reading? I like reading. I haven't read that fanfic, so don't stop asking me to read Experiment 21. I'm not gonna do it. My poor heart can't.
Taco's not even in that one, so don't even think about it.
I do not know which fanfic this is in particular, but I do love reading. I read probably not that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a dark fic, so it's a dark fic with a infamous scene regarding paintbrush. So
interesting. Okay.
That we accidentally referenced in the exit interview. You can do this if you're all right with it. Could Reagan sing Meepad's part of the duet of Taco's Tirade? She almost did an IA-18. I don't know if you're up for singing or.
Oh yes. Okay, hold on. This is so embarrassing because I do not know the words just off the top of my head for that because I was so dialed into my part that I wish I could, but I don't know the words.
Well, I was gonna say, do you want me to get the lyrics for you?
Sure, let's pull them up. Why not? That sounds like fun.
I was gonna say maybe
Taco's Tirade lyrics.
Oh, you're already doing that. Okay. I don't have to cook.
I mean, look, I'm on Genius. That's cool. Okay. Okay. Let us talk about it when your head is not so clouded. You're no menace, Taco. How did they hurt you? Please think this through. Okay, this is also hard to do without it being my part. I'm sorry, that was awful, and I started way too low. And I could do the one from the I song, but apparently I can't do this. Apparently this is the thing.
It's okay. I thought
you tried. You attempted.
It was a good attempt.
Thank you.
Valerian sent a super chat, but with no chat. But thank you anyway.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, y'all. What do you think of me buying chips just because they had sour cream label on them? I mean, sour cream and divorced from the sour cream joke, sour cream and onion is a good flavor. So
Oh yeah, I love that.
I love it. Obsessed.
good stuff. Could we have a scene of Taco, Bot, and Paintbrush arguing about Weird Al Yankovic, and then Book Casey comes running from Hotel OJ and tells everyone that he's in the building, and they go inside and are all like, "OMG, Weird Al." This is a weirdly specific request, and we don't even have two of the voice actors it involves.
I mean, I could try for Bot for this.
I guess I could try emulating Josh's Book Casey.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Look, I'm just saying he peaked with Eat It. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, it's like super redundant, and I don't know why, it just gives me a weird vibe.
Isn't Weird Al Yankovic a character played by Daniel Radcliffe in a movie? Is he real? Is he a real person?
Well, yes, he's a real person, but the movie was like not 100% real. It was more a parody of like music biopics, but the guy is real, if that makes any sense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Weird Al Yankovic is in the building.
OMG, Weird
Oh my
Al!
God, Weird Al!
Why aren't you Daniel Radcliffe?
the best question, honestly.
That's perfect. Like, I think between this and the one skit that you did where, like, you know, Paper's just like, oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. And Cobbs is like, I'm your biggest hater.
Oh God, Josh.
Golden.
Josh was like that line that they just came up with was hilarious.
Yes.
I'm your biggest hater.
I'm your biggest hater.
All right. Thank you for that. Hi, y'all. Can Taco say hi, Amy, Mason, DVD, and Epic? Also, it's Mason's birthday on Wednesday, so if you could all say happy early birthday to him. Well, happy birthday to Mason.
Yes,
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Hi, Amy, Mason, DVD, and Epic, and happy early birthday. I hope you have a lovely year ahead of you and a wonderful day celebrating.
Mm-hmm. We kind of answered this before, but what do you think of Taco Mike's relationship and how this one's new? How do you think Taco Mike would fare as parents to a child?
Oh, boy.
I can absolutely say, at least for the time being, goes back to my last answer. Taco is in no position to be having a child at this moment in time. I do think, again, in the future, potentially, you know, you never know. You could see how it goes. Would love to see that particular journey for her. But right now, I think she would be an absolute unmitigated disaster, considering she is just now figuring out how to even somewhat be herself around a group of people. Like, she went from pretending to be something to then playing into a persona to now finally making amends for that persona and trying to move on and figure out who she is. And I don't feel like she'd know what to do with a small life that was looking to her to help them figure out like what things are and what reality is.
Right.
Microphone, I think, would be very good, but I don't think it would be fair for Microphone to be stuck with Taco right now. Maybe in a few years. She needs to go fix herself Mr. Darcy style first.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Can you have Taco hide behind Paintbrush from being irrationally terrified of a small kitten while Taco is like Paintbrush is like, Taco, it's just a kid. Okay.
I'll be the kitten.
Oh my gosh, what is that? It is so small and fluffy and it has knives on the end of its feet.
Taco, it's a kitten.
A kitten? What's a kitten?
It's a cute animal.
Well, if I had knives on the end of my feet, nobody would think I was cute. Where's the justice in this world?
Yes, but the difference is there's a difference between being a cat and being evil, Taco.
Do you think that I could appropriate an outfit like that to make my disguises a little bit better next time? Maybe if I showed up as something that's a little bit less, I don't know, threatening, people would let me in more frequently.
Taco, no.
Much to think about.
I'm having too much fun with this. Like, I was trying so hard not to laugh, but it was so hard.
All right. Another request. Bot is eating a banana and drops the peel on the floor and says, "Wow, I hope this doesn't hurt anyone." Then PV comes in the scene and says, "Hi, I'm PV." And Taco comes from the bush and shoots them. What? I wasn't sure.
This?
I wasn't sure where this was going, but okay.
Okay, give me a second. Wow, I hope that doesn't hurt anybody.
Hi, I'm Paintbrush.
All right, everyone, getting your best angles. This is a photography shoot. It's a little bit different than I think we expected, and everyone smile for the camera. That's beautiful. This
Taco! That's not a camera! That's a gun!
Okay. Oh, no! Oops, my bad. At least I got a picture of them beforehand.
Ow! Why?
Thanks, Ninfram.
By the way, does Jazzy know that it is humanly impossible to say the following words in sequence? I lost Doug aim.
I lost Doug aim. Oh,
I lost
damn
the game.
it!
Oh my god!
It! Oh my god!
I hate this. I hate
I mean,
it.
I was trying to read it in my head, and I was like, "What? That's something." But I don't know
was
what
gonna
it is.
say, it took me a minute, but I was like, oh my god.
Ninfram, you're horrible. I just want to say this. You're horrible.
Hi, Reagan. Can Taco maybe say tra-la-la?
Tra-la-la.
Wow.
Another thing for my friend Kalisha. Could Taco say, sorry, Kalisha? Looks like you can't teleport out of here. You're my new British friend.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Where is the line? There it is. Sorry, Kalisha. Looks like you can't teleport out of here. Guess you're my new British friend now.
At first it sounded like you were going to say, you're my new bitter friend now.
I know, I messed up the word and I was like, nope, back we go. But I think bitter British friend would have been kind of fun too.
Bitter British friend.
Yeah,
Yes.
play on words.
Reagan, opinion on the Sonic or the Zelda franchise?
This is such a not fun answer, and I'm so sorry, but I didn't grow up playing video games that much. Because I never had the consoles. And so now as an adult, I've been trying to get into it. I've been trying to play The Last of Us because I like the show and I want to compare, the show to the game. And I can't figure out the controls with my hands. I don't have that intuitive ability and it's very embarrassing. But regarding Sonic and Zelda, I've seen people play them. I've heard about them. Zelda seems really fun. I remember my cousin playing it when we were kids, and the majority of what I saw her doing, I'm pretty sure, was creating a map. And I didn't really understand that, but I also love Animal Crossing. So, maybe I would enjoy map too. And Sonic, I really enjoy seeing the discourse online about whether or not the movies are good, because I have no stake in the game and I've never seen them. But that's been a very fun thing to me over the past few years, because I always loved, again, watching the Sonic game, because Sonic is cute. He's like a little hedgehog and I love him. But hearing what people think about the live action movies have been enjoyable. So those are my thoughts.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We got a coffee from Dark X Wolf 17 saying, "Hi again. Just wanted to ask if any of you have heard of Murder Drones, the Amazing Digital Circus, or the voice actor Michael Kovac." I've heard of Murder Drones, never saw it. I have watched the Amazing Digital Circus and I like it a lot. And I've talked with Michael Kovac a fair few times actually. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Reagan? Have you seen any of those movies or heard of Michael Kovac?
I have not. I feel like maybe if I looked them up and looked at their IMDb, I might recognize them, but off the top of my head, just by name, no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair. I wanted to answer last. So, I have seen The Amazing Digital Circus. I've heard of Murder Drones, have not seen it. And funny enough, I've mentioned this a couple of times. I'm in a project with Michael Kovac. We're both in Alice in Blankland.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Orion Rashid, or MeToons as he calls himself, he's one of the animators for the show, and oh my god, the show itself is like an 80s version of Alice in Wonderland, and so far it's really, really good, and I cannot wait for the pilot episode to come out.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
I love Alice in Wonderland. That's so cool. The Cheshire Cat is another of my favorite just characters in general across all pieces of media.
Mm-hmm.
Funny you mention that. Michael voices the Cheshire Cat.
Oh, no way. That's so funny. Yeah, I remember also the first Alice in Wonderland I ever saw was actually not the Disney animated one. There is a live action one from, I think, the 90s or the 80s. Mm-hmm. And Whoopi Goldberg is the Cheshire Cat. And Gene Wilder is the tortoise. or the turtle and the griffin, and like Natasha Richardson, or no, Miranda Richardson, I think, is the Queen of Hearts. Like, it's just like Ben Kingsley is in it. Sir Ben Kingsley is the caterpillar, and I remember watching that as like my intro into it. And then I finally watched the cartoon version, and I mean, I love the cartoon version too, but I was like, this is different.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I remember I was actually in a production of Alice in Wonderland back in 8th grade, I believe, and I remember seeing the movie first, like the Disney movie, and then I see this play, and it's like, oh wow, there's like a lot more to it than I realized. And I remember reading the actual book, and it's like, oh yeah, there's definitely some things that Disney kept and others that they did not.
I'm a big voice like language nerd. And I just bought, because I found it on Amazon, so like why not? I've been teaching myself Irish over the past like year or so. I'm not very far into it because Irish is a really difficult language. But I just found an Alice Through the Looking Glass in Irish, so I bought it. So I'm gonna start struggling through reading it, and I'm very excited.
Heck yeah. A lot of people in the chat are surprised that I've talked with Michael like I've talked, like, I'm in the voice acting community most of the time, guys, when I'm not doing II stuff. I talk with people, like, I've talked with Michael in terms of digital circus actors. I've talked with Michael Kovac. I've talked with Alex Roshan, who voices Kane. Amanda Hufford directed my demo, so I have so many digital circus connections. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Like, I met Amanda Hufford like probably a long time ago, and I had them just take a look at a demo reel of mine from way back when. And yeah, everyone else I've pretty much just found out from the Amazing Digital Circus.
Yeah, so yeah, like it was funny because when I watched the first episode of Digital Circus and I saw the credits, I'm like, I know a lot of these people. Like, I know,
yeah,
like I know most of the cast, so that's kind of weird for me. So
yeah. Oh, and just to break away for a little bit, like, the upcoming show, Gaslight District, we have a bunch of friends that are in that too.
oh yeah, I know Belle Rasape's in it, so
yeah, and I forgot what their name was, Alyssa something. I've met them before. We're both on the spectrum, and yeah, apparently I think they're voicing the main protagonist.
That's cool.
Good stuff. But yes, does Reagan know about the lore of the famous magic pickle that makes you mad and punch someone?
I do not know about the lore. Do either of you know about the lore?
So I was there when this happened. So Brian did a stream after season 2 episode 16 released, which was the first act of the movie. And people were kind of amused at the out of context scene during the Future Is So Yesterday, where Knife thinks about, like, flashes back to Pickle's inanimate corpse, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then gets mad and punches someone. So out of context, it's referred to as the magic pickle that makes you mad and punch someone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I remember when I was at the New York show, this is just a pickle comment, but when I was at the New York show last summer, I met Derek for the first time, and we'd never met before, and we took a picture, and Brian posted it, I think, on Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter.
We're not gonna call it the other name.
Yeah, okay, fine. Twitter, good, great.
I was gonna say Musk can't refer to his daughter by her name. I'm not gonna refer to his shitty site by it.
That's true. Good point. Anyway, Twitter, and I think within like 12 hours, somebody drew a fan fiction of it and like posted it on their own Twitter account. And I remember Brian sending it to me because I'm not on Twitter, and being like, "We already have a fan drawing of like the reunification of Taco and Pickle. I wonder like if this is like a portent of something in the future." And I'd already done the lines, so I knew that it was, and I was like, "Oh, that's so exciting."
Over on Coffee, Kalani says, "Did you know, other than briefly for her interview and going into Test 2's lab and an alternate reality show, Taco has never canonically been indoors before the movie? Anyways, how would the adjustment period for that go for her, do you think?"
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that canonically, but now that you're saying that, that kind of makes sense, because I feel like compared to a lot of the other characters are kind of like, even when they have their conflicts with each other, it seems like they have almost like a baseline of at least of social interactions, that they're aware that typically in general conversation and interaction you follow. And I do feel like one of Taco's issues is that she doesn't really have that. Like, she doesn't really have the same built-in type of conscience as a lot of the other characters, and that's why she does so many of the things that she does. And I think it would be a really interesting idea to like explore what it's like when, like, I guess the very obvious like symbol of her kind of moving more into joining like a collective type of society as opposed to just being on her own would be going indoors for the first time and learning how to be a little bit less feral. But I like that, like, I think it'd be cool that like that would sort of connect as well to what's going on internally. Like, she's never really had a group before. She never really felt like she could be herself. She's always had to be something else, and now she is stepping into Hotel OJ. She's inside and she's figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Let me get back to where I was.
Yes, you do that.
All right. Reagan, what's your favorite musical?
Oh my God, that is such a good question. My favorite musical overall, like of all time, is Next to Normal.
I love Next to Normal.
Okay, amazing. Yes, no, I do too. But I'll just answer that because I feel like a lot of times people don't know it, and it's also really sad. So it's kind of a depressing answer. But Next to Normal is outstanding. The music is beautiful. The character is beautiful. I have the piano score for it, and I play it all the time. It's just such a good show.
You know what? Now that we were talking about this, maybe sometime on my channel, would you like to do a duet of "Wish I Were Here"?
Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I
love that song. I've been practicing it like nonstop.
I have unfortunately not seen Next to Normal, so
I'll have to show it to you sometime. But I will say this: it is very dark and deals with certain heavy topics. So just be careful if you are triggered when watching it.
One of my favorite manga series is Berserk. I'll be fine.
Ooh.
Alrighty.
I wanted to go to I was going to go to Scotland last year and I didn't end up going for a variety of reasons, but when I was there I would have overlapped with when they were doing Next to Normal on the West End in London with Cassie Levy playing the main character whose name Diana, playing Diana. And I was like 90%, while I was planning, I was like 90% sure I was just going to bite the cost and fly to London for a night to see it, because Cassie Levy is one of my favorite performers on Broadway just of all time. I think she's so good. And I can't imagine seeing her as Diana. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Oh god, we got three coffee donations at the same time from 3 different people.
Whoa.
VVP says, "Hiya, Jazzy. You mentioned liking RPGs, but have you ever heard of or played Super Lesbian Animal RPG? Easily top 5 games of all time." I have. I heard about it like a couple weeks ago, and yes, I want to play that. It looks so good. It looks charming as hell. Also, you kiss your girlfriend for stat boost, and that's just peak game design. Puppy Relp said, "Hi, I have another one. If it's possible, can we have a bit where Taco and Grosker interact with one another? I think it'd be funny."
Ooh,
oh,
that'd be interesting.
Maybe talk about shows and stuff. Haha.
Hello and welcome back to the 2025 Grosker Awards. I'm your host, Grosker, and this year we have an exciting new category. We are introducing a segment called Best OSC Song, and we have with us here today the winner of Best OSC Song, who, excuse me, are you telling me that the winner of Best OSC Song is not me? Why did I not receive an invitation and I had to just follow Steve Cobbs here to find out what was going on? Well, unfortunately, no, you did not receive an invitation because Taco's Tirade, while a good song, just simply didn't have the staying power and commentary of... Can one of you remind me of the Steve Cobbs name song, please? I forget.
The Future Is So Yesterday.
So yesterday. So thank you for coming, but how did you get in here? And also, can you leave? Excuse me, I am having a bit of a problem right now, a bit of a personal crisis, because while I am good now, and I am technically on the side of those who are moral and just and dignified, etc., I deserve that prize. I put my heart and soul on the line for that song. And if you do not give it to me, I'm afraid I will simply have to sit right here until I receive the award. Steve Cobbs is popcorn now anyway, so it's not like he's even here to receive it. Okay, fine. You can have it. You've convinced me.
Wow, that was funny.
That went places.
Yes, it's like Like the way that Taco just made that there, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to. If you don't give me that award now, I'm going to have to just sit here. That was funny.
All right, and our third coffee is from Quig saying, "Hi, Jazzy, Jordan, and Reagan. Loved meeting you in Chicago last year, and I can't wait to be in NYC this year. Very small request. Can Taco just say hello, orange juice?"
Hello, orange juice.
Welcome to Hotel OJ.
I was gonna say, is that gonna be Taco's new nickname? Taco's just gonna say orange juice from now on instead of OJ.
I'm gonna write that in and suggest that because that would be really funny.
That would be funny.
It would be very funny. All right. Question: what would Cast's favorite band / music be like? Also, angst. Give us some angst. I'm not sure how to give you angst, but as far as favorite music, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Lightbulb is totally a Chapel Roan fan. Just saying.
Yeah.
Are they asking about us or individual characters? Because if we're asking,
I think they're asking characters, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Taco would secretly like Chapel Roan, but I think like Chapel Roan is a little bit too happy poppy for her. I mean, I know her songs aren't necessarily happy, but the sound. I think Taco would be a big Renee Rapp fan with some Olivia Rodrigo crossover, specifically Sour with, Driver's License, that era with Microphone. And I think as well that maybe this is just coming from me because this is some of my music of choice, but I also think Taco really loves like the classic emo hits of the 2000s, Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, anything to just get her in her feels about how the world is.
There's your angst.
I love it. Oh my god.
I'm filled with it, yes.
On coffee, Lewis the NS5 says, "Hello, first time trying this out, but yeah, have some money. And can Reagan say, hello there, you adorable candy?"
Hello there, you adorable candy.
Sky Lesbian suggests the idea of ground, fire, and water lesbian, but then we have the lesbian avatar then.
Yeah.
I remember when we were in New York, I think it was in New York, Jazzy came up to me before we got on or no, it was during a viewing. We did a cast and crew screen. I forget what it was exactly. And Jazzy, you were like, by the way, Reagan, if you're on, just so you know, I have been sharing on my streams that Taco is a Sky lesbian. So if you have people come up to you and ask what a Sky lesbian is, just go with it. And I was like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right, I agree. Also, now that I know what it is, I agree. You're right.
Yes, indeed. Hey guys, it's Clay again. Since you couldn't really do my last voice request, I have an alternative. Since where they were talking about where they would have wanted their childhoods to be like, please. Well, I don't know about you, Taco, but I would have preferred my childhood to be at an art school. Maybe I'm projecting my appearance onto this.
I don't think I would have enjoyed an art school very much. I think that I would have been surrounded by too many people who are liable to burst into song at any moment. And I'm not really a song person. I'm not, that's not my personality.
Really? Really?
Yeah, totally. No.
Not a song person.
No, because, everyone says that theater kids are embarrassing, and I have to admit that I definitely am not one because I am not embarrassing, and I definitely don't do that either. I'm able to talk about my emotions in a reasonable, organized fashion, and you know what? Emotions, actually, I don't even have those.
Taco.
I'm just a scientist. That's all that I am.
Taco. We heard your high note at the end of your song all the way from Hotel OJ. You're not fooling anyone.
You heard what?
Your high note.
I'm sorry. I think is that someone calling me? I have to run. I'm very sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
That was fun. I just heard something drop, and I thought for whatever reason that was just Taco face planting on the floor.
Like one of those anime moments where they all just fall face first into the floor for comedic effect.
Yes.
All right. Let's be honest. If Taco was actually a furry, she'd dress as a panda bear. Speaking of, can Reagan in her season 1 voice say panda bears?
Panda bears!
Ah, that's so cute!
Also, I do think she dresses a panda bear. I love panda
She
bears.
would, yes. Panda bears are so
Or maybe
cute.
a raccoon. I think she'd like really gravitate towards like the little evil mask of the raccoon. She would want that would be like her ultimate goal form as like I am coming somewhere to look cute and innocent, but I'm also secretly evil because raccoons are, you know, adorable little evil bears.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Can you guys say hi to Cole? He's my brother and is also a big fan of the show. Hi, Cole.
Hello,
Hi,
Cole.
Cole.
I never got to say, but I did applaud at the Taco High Note at the 2024 meetup. You earned it. Also, if I said this in one of my videos, I just insert a Peter Griffin applauding gif.
Peter Griffin applauding gif is, I mean, next level. I use in the past 2 days, I think I've sent 3 different just like Family Guy clips, not even gifs, just clips to like explain something I was trying to say and was explaining it poorly. A very top tier show in that respect. And thank you so much. The High Note was really fun to record. When I initially got the song, like the sheet music, the ending was a little bit different. It went down a little bit more, and it was right in the middle of like kind of my break between like my low and like mixed middle register. And so when I was talking to Ben about it, I was like, do you mind if I try a couple different things while we're recording? Just because like I can do it if you want it to sound this way specifically, but it's right in the spot where it's just like very hard for me to sing. And I honestly think going higher might be easier for me. So do you mind? And he was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. We can try whatever. And we went with the high note. So that was cool.
Heck yeah.
I think that was the best part of the song, honestly.
It was. It was so good. But it's also going to make doing that cover a pain in the ass. Thank you for that. I'm joking.
I've been practicing that nonstop. I'm just waiting for someone to give me the instrumental, and then I can finally show it off.
All right. Hi, Reagan. I have a friend who loves Taco with all her soul and character. Can you say hi, Willock, for my friend? Thanks. Or Willock. I don't know.
Hi, Willock. Lovely to meet you.
Apathy says, hello. May I get a hello, please? Hello, Apathy.
Hello, Apathy.
Hello, Apathy.
Headcanon. Paintbrush was in painting school as a child and was obsessed with the human show community. And they drew their human OC, and a stupid kid told them, haha, you're weird. So PV left school and turned into a 2000s emo.
Aww, no.
That was wild.
I was just listening to a bunch of old, like, you know, again, like mid 2000s, like emo-esque music last night. I was at a game night with friends, and at a certain point, we just pulled out YouTube and started like going song to song. So we were watching, like, you know, Welcome to the Black Parade, Sugar We're Going Down, some The Great Escape, etc. And like, I haven't seen those music videos in so long, and they are such a vibe. They're crazy. They're so fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Got another coffee request here. I don't know if more serious voice requests are allowed, but can you have Taco say what I'm about to paste to you in the private chat, Reagan, in a joyful manic voice?
Okay, let me see.
Dear.
Let me read it.
Let me pull up the private chat and paste it there. Here you go.
Let me read it. 1 second.
Oh boy.
This is wild.
It is
The game
wild.
was designed to make us hate each other. Can't you see? I'm not the monster he made you think I was. I have been reborn, Mike. Reborn anew.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
Yes, and that's how I feel after eating my Wendy's double chicken McNuggets.
Get out.
Get out. Just
Someone
get
in-
out.
Someone in the chat wants to know when goo auditions are. Also, I love the stream. Y'all are peak. That's not how these work.
Sorry.
Fun fact, my 3-year-old brother cannot see the II-15 thumbnail because he will play it and will make me sing it and act him out with it. It's funny.
Aww.
So-
Cute. I love that it's like very Rocky Horror adjacent of like acting it out while you watch. That's so fun.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Such a good episode. My God.
Also, I did see a comment that I wanted to address in the regular chat as well. Somebody asked if I speak French because Taco and the first season canonically speaks French. I do speak French, so if you come to any of the meetups and I'm there and you speak French too, please speak it with me. I am always looking for an excuse to talk it more, and my coworkers will tell you it's so annoying. So I need more people to talk with. So if you speak French and you meet me at a meetup, please speak to me in French.
But yes, but yeah, it looks like we're all caught up. Dang, we're all caught up on super chats. It took a long time, but we did it.
That was pretty wild, actually.
Yes, let me just refresh coffee to see if we're caught up on that too.
Yeah, good idea.
Oh my god, we are. We
Hmm.
did. So now I have to highlight regular. I have to highlight the regular chat. I'm sorry to everyone who relies on the regular chat to get their questions across, and I've had to and the super chat got crazy this time. I am sorry about that. What's a good? Ooh, this is a good one. What would Taco's opinion on Clue be?
Clue.
The board game.
Yes.
Funnily enough, first of all, I think Taco would really enjoy it, and I think that she would immediately start brainstorming like, how do I make these scenarios work for myself? Like, I need to learn so that I can do them better than this. But fun fact about Clue as well, there is a movie version of Clue that came out.
Yes, I love the Clue movie.
With Tim Curry and some other people. There is a play version that they do now that I saw last year. It's touring right now. And one of my favorite shows when I was growing up was Psych. And there is an episode, the 100th episode is called 100 Clues. And it is like an homage episode to Clue that has some of the original cast. I watched it before I watched the movie. And then I watched the movie and everything made more sense. But I think in terms of Clue, I think Taka would love the board game. But I think that she would really, really gravitate towards the stage version because it is so just camp and over the top in so many ways, and it is so much fun.
Makes sense.
Good stuff. And we got another coffee while we were doing that. Puppy Relp says, okay, last one, I think. Since Reagan mentioned MCR as a former emo, could we get Taco to sing the first two lines of Welcome to the Black Parade? You know the one.
I can. Let me make sure that I know the words, but I want to make sure that I get them completely right. So one moment. Welcome to the Black Parade. Da, ba, da, da, da. Oh, hold on. You're right. When I was a young Taco, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. I think that's the first couple lines.
Yep.
Good stuff.
That's very good.
Can we get Paintbrush to sing a part of Taco's tirade? Oh God, y'all are putting me on the spotlight. Not like I'm in the call with the person who sang it or anything. Oh God, but which part should I sing? Which one? Which bit?
How about the chorus?
But I will trace this cycle.
Yeah, that one. That one.
All right, let me just pull up the lyrics to make sure I am singing this all correctly.
Oh man, I'm tempted to sing this too.
All right. Thank you, Inanimate and Sandy Wiki, for having the lyrics. You're a godsend.
Yes, thank you.
But I will break this cycle of mistakes, unlike all of these snakes whom I call to condemn. If I can't win the prize, I'll play this last reprisal just to bring their lies all to an end.
That was too good.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you.
Wait, Jordy, you should do one too. You said you were tempted.
Yeah, you know what? Give me a second. Taco's tirade. Okay. Well, I need the lyrics first of all. I'm actually
dang. I just exited out of the lyrics. I could have sent them to you.
No, it's okay. I got this. I have them on Genius. I'm actually gonna sing the what do you call it? I'm actually gonna sing the second chorus. You know, the one about the it's initially a duet between me, Pat, and Taco, but I'm just gonna sing Taco's part.
Go for it.
All right. Let me just make sure y'all can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
All right. Actually, I'm gonna start from for one of the lines in verse 2, just to lead me up to it.
Yeah, that's fine.
The whole slate has fallen apart. It's too late for me to restart. But it's not I, it's they who deign to play this game so cruel and inhumane-based and uncouth.
Please think this through.
I think they're too afraid to bear the bed they've made, can't bring themselves to face the awful truth.
Yay!
Yay!
There you go. What'd you say?
That was so good.
It was. It was
you.
very good.
Thank you.
All right. Last request. Taco season 2 begs Paintbrush and Bot for help as she barfs lemons uncontrollably. She has lemon disease. The cure is to drink test tube.
Oh no!
This sounds like some dark fic shit.
Oh my gosh, what is happening? What's happening to me? This hasn't happened since season 1.
Oh
Oh
dear.
my- I think I read about this once. It's called lemon disease, I believe.
Oh, what do we do? What do we do? Oh, if only Test Tube were here.
Well, test tube is exactly what we need because I know for a fact there's only one cure, Taco, but it requires drastic measures.
Anything, I'll do anything to help out.
You need to find test tube and drink her.
Fine, that's it. I'll do it. That's it.
Go find her. Oh my God, she totally caught it.
I was gonna say have her walk in like, oh hey guys, how'd that? Woo!
Mhm.
Good shit.
Good stuff. So it's been about an hour and a half since we started, and I do have another stream I need to jump to in 30 minutes. So we're all caught up on super chats and the like. Is there any last minute questions y'all want to answer while we are still here, or would we like to go ahead and bow out for this one?
I actually have a question. I have a couple questions for Reagan, if that's okay.
Go for it.
Okay, so Reagan, you mentioned that you actually did theater in high school and stuff. Is that correct?
Yeah, when I was in high school, I grew up doing gymnastics. That was like my activity, my sport, etc. And then I stopped doing that when I was, I think, 16. And I decided to audition for the school musical for fun because I'd done musicals like, back when you did the elementary school one, like when you were required to do it. But I hadn't done it in a long time. So I decided to audition and I got cast and I really enjoyed it. And then I just kept doing that for the rest of high school, both at school and, outside in community theater. And I haven't done a show in a really long time because there's so much time and there's so much work that you put into it. And especially at this point in time, if I were to do something again, I'd love to do a show again, but I'd really like to be paid for it. So, I don't want to take all the time to devote to a community theater production unless it's a show that I really love. If I'm not being paid for it, because I have so many other things going on as well. But yeah, I did theater and I love theater and I grew up listening to it as well. My mom was an actress in Chicago for a while,
nice.
like on stage. So when I was a kid, like I grew up listening to 42nd Street and Oklahoma and like, all the old shows. And so like, it's just kind of always been there.
Yes, I remember 42nd Street. I think my former music teacher from high school was in that play. I think he was either in the cast or he did the music direction. Either way, I think that was one of my first exposures to musical theater.
42nd Street is such a fun show. Like I love the songs, but even when you watch it too, like there's the tap numbers are incredible. I love tap numbers in shows. I wish that we would go back towards having more of them. And not cutting them when we do. I just saw a touring cast production of Shrek a couple months ago. And if anyone knows Shrek the Musical, if you don't know Shrek the Musical, look up Shrek the Musical. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's so good. But there's like a big tap musical number that's like an homage to like you know, all of the famous ones of the past, because so much of that show is homages to other things. And they do it when the Fiona character is like singing about it being the morning, and she like gets some rats to follow her, and so the tappers come out, and there are rats on their tap shoes, and they start dancing, and then the curtain comes up, and it's a whole thing. And in the touring version, they cut it, and I was so disappointed. The production was good, but I was still disappointed.
Fair enough.
Gotcha.
And we got some super chats that just came in, so I think everyone's trying to get their last ones in. Now that I said we're probably going to wrap it up soon.
Fair.
Could Taco say all of this? Say I do not trust this Sarah and all of this stuff.
Yes. I do not trust this Sarah Cobbs. For all we know, she's as evil as that despicable Corn. Sarah just standing there. They're looking sad.
Sad Corn.
Sad Corn. Taco, speak some French.
Oh God. Yeah, okay. Let's see, what should I say? Bonjour, je suis désolée que mon accent n'est pas très bien, mais c'était long passé depuis que j'ai parlé le français. Mais c'est toujours tellement amusant à pouvoir parler avec les gens qui peuvent me comprendre.
Wow.
Damn.
That was very good. Oh my God.
Good stuff.
I think I need to start repracticing my Italian now.
If Taco had a cringy past, like being emo IDK, what would it be?
I mean, the thing is, what do you mean by cringy? Because I think Taco would have been an emo theater kid.
Yeah, that tracks.
And neither of those are cringy. Like, I am both of those things, and I consider them to be normal. If you weren't that, what were you even listening to in the mid 2000s, you know?
I always say, like, people say anything in my past is cringy, and it's like, okay, then I'm cringe, whatever.
Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
I remember talking to one of my coworkers one time who was like, we were talking about emo music, and he didn't believe me that I used to listen to it. He was like, I just wouldn't have expected it. Like, what, you know, what did you look like back in high school? Like, cause like, did you dress that way? I was like, no, I wasn't emo on the outside. I was emo on the inside. I was more emo. I looked exactly the same as I do now, because I've looked the same for like 15 years, but like inside, I was very dark.
I think we all have been at some point.
Fair. Hello, I have not been talking with y'all for a long time. It's nice to see y'all again. Nice to see you too, Circus Angel. Thank you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Super Amy fan video says, for Reagan, can I just say your work on Taco is absolutely amazing. I had an obsession with Taco's tirade for weeks when Truth or Flare came out.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice of you to say. It's been really cool hearing people react to the show and hearing people to that episode, to that song specifically, seeing all the covers. I remember being sent like the first cover that somebody made. I think they made like a week after it had come out. I think they may have even made it like while we were still on tour. I forget. But anyway, the person who made the cover, it was really good. And they came to our movie screening in November. So I got to meet her. And it was just so cool because I recognized her. Like, we were talking and she was like, yeah, like, I don't know, like, I made this cover. And I was like, oh my God, wait, yes. Like I was saying with Seth Green, like, I knew I recognized your face. I don't know from where, but like, thank you for telling me, because I totally saw it.
Was it the cover where like she had cosplayed as the characters? Because I met someone who did that kind of cover, and I also met them, I think, at the II movie premiere.
Yeah, and weren't they the ones as well who did the cosplay for The Future Is So Yesterday, like a couple months ago?
Yes. That one's so good because she based all the outfits on the audience members on the voice actors, so that was kind of rad. So.
Mm-hmm. No, but like she's so talented. I really enjoy watching stuff.
Yes. Has Taco ever robbed a Toys R Us?
Probably. Honestly, probably. Toys R Us is really cool, and it's also really expensive. So probably.
Yeah.
Who knows? Do we even know where she got the bow tie? Maybe that's where she got it. Maybe there's a secret section for like cool kids who are emo that she took it from.
Heck yeah.
Hold on. Now that you're talking about that, I want to insert one thing real quick. I want to do a little skit with Reagan, so just give me 1 minute, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll you cool if I just do the super chat and while you're
go for it. Yeah,
okay.
go for it.
Could you mayhaps make Taco say her opinions on Balloon?
Well, that is a difficult question, because if you're asking me my opinions on Balloon, I find him an insufferable, puffed up person who does nothing but make my life worse. However, if you're asking me my opinions on Ben, I love Ben. Ben and I spend every single meetup together practically directly next to each other, and he is my favorite person to play off of when we are talking to fans. So it's very difficult for me because there is such a cognitive disconnect between Benjamin Cross, the person, and Balloon, my mortal enemy.
Mortal. Beautiful. And then on coffee, Clonny says, for my cool, awesome friend Gray, may I ask what Taco would think about the fact that people write fanfics about her? You can answer in character or not, whichever you prefer.
I actually do not know any, like, I know people write fanfics because I've been told that they do, but I don't look them up. I don't know. And something that is very funny is that when I don't work for this person anymore, but one of my old bosses, their son has friends who are in the OSC, and their son's older. They're in their I think they're in their 20s as well, like me. And but they have friends who are still in the OSC. And my boss would mention it to me every once in a while. He'd be like, people write fan fictions about you. I've seen some of them. People have sent them to me, or like and I was like, I don't know. I know, but like I don't. And like you don't need to, we can pretend that like you don't know either.
Good stuff. Like, it's kind of funny you mentioned like job stuff like relating to OSC, because I worked as a substitute for a while, and I did have students who on occasion would recognize me. Like, so it's also just why I don't do it anymore, because it's hard to get a class to take me seriously when they know who I am. So
that's so funny.
All right, so I put the thing in the private chat, but it looks like we have one more super chat.
Okay, this is gonna be the last super chat, guys. So like, we're gonna end it with Jordy's thing, because I need a break before I join Ant's Kingdom Hearts stream. So
right.
So yeah, do any of you know if the II movie will reach other places in the world, like South America, at least in English? So the movie was the last 3 episodes of season 2. So if you've seen it, you've seen the movie. So like the screening was kind of like a 1 to 2 night only thing. So that's all it was.
Yeah. So you'll still be able to see it on YouTube, just not, in theaters.
Right.
Unless you have a way to set that up in a theater, like with a projector screen, but that's a whole different story. Anyway, so this.
Oh, I know this reference.
Yeah,
Jordy,
you know this. So for context for Reagan and anyone else, so this is from a fan animation of the Amazing Digital Circus, where Kane and Pomni are basically part of a bank heist, and because of the dynamic that happens, I feel like it would be a really good scene between Microphone and Taco. So I'm gonna go ahead and voice Taco just to give you a head start to the microphone. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have Taco here.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, Taco, are we robbing a flipping bank?
No, Microphone. We're adventuring a bank. Keep up. Pew.
I need to show that to you sometime. It's very funny.
Yes, please send it to me.
It's funny because it's based off of a skit from an old Machinima series called Sandy Not Included. And like, it's kind of funny how more people saw the Amazing Digital Circus animation than actually know about that. So yes. But anyway, yes, that's going to be it for us. Like I said, I need a break before I enter Ant's KH stream, which, speaking of which, once the stream ends, go ahead and stay in, audience, because it will actually redirect to Anthony's Kingdom Hearts stream, which I will be joining in about less than 20 minutes. So yes. But yes, thank you all for joining, and thank you, Reagan, for coming on and answering these fun questions and doing fun voice requests with us. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
Alrighty, but yes, in terms of streams this week, it's gonna be normal schedule as usual. Kingdom Hearts on Tuesday, hopefully more Life is Strange 2 on Thursday. We're gonna see how I'm gonna gauge how Jordy, Shakira, and I are feeling, just because that game's heavy. So
yeah.
And I don't want to promise that we're going to do it only for one of us to back out at the end. So I want to make sure we're up for doing this. And then on Saturday, doing more of Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. But yeah, so that's going to be it from us. I'm not going to be doing a casual stream next Sunday because it's Easter, and I want to respect anyone who is celebrating that with their families and such.
Yeah. I know for certain that we're probably gonna set up like an Easter scavenger hunt for like my niece Audrey. It's actually really cool that we get to do it every year. Like, our eggs are pretty much color coded.
Fun.
Yeah.
But yes, until next time, I've been Jazzy.
I've been Jordy.
And I've been Reagan /Taco.
And we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye.